losing his kid and all that shit because he
Mhm.
want to have. He won't say nothing about Haley though. That's
Right,
just
right.
say what if he want Eminem to reply. That's all you got to do. Say it.
Mm. Yeah, that's real. They said so. I heard one little clip of his, and he was making a point that I've said before, but not. I don't say it with any hate or malice in my heart. I feel like for some reason M has this stigma on with I don't know. I can't even call like what type of people say it. Like it's not old heads. It's not just black people, but it's like certain groups, certain sects just really hate M sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like unfairly hate him. Like not like the regular, oh, this nigga garbage and I don't listen to his shit. Like they
Right.
really be trying to tear that man down. And I'm like, he hasn't done anything. You know what I'm saying? Just because
Right.
he's white and we can be like, they could say he's a guest in hip hop, right? You could say that, but you can't be a guest when you're like the best at the sport. You know what I'm saying? That's like telling Jordan he's a visitor to basketball.
Right. I mean, like, and even so. All right, cool. The guest of hip hop, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Like I've heard Eminem say that. That yeah, I never said I wasn't a guest. That's what he
Yeah.
said on the interview.
Mm-hmm.
But there's in any sport, there's talent levels.
Right.
Like, and there's always a messiah type person that comes along in every sport. Like that's just what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And you don't get to pick what race they are. Like bar for bar, to me, Eminem is the best lyricist out there right
Right.
now. There may in 5 years from now, tomorrow, there may be a dude that's up and coming that'll pass him.
Right.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying? And
Facts.
he could be black. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't hate
Mm-hmm.
on him because he's white. Give him the credit he deserves. Like, he's the only rapper that I see in my head constantly being at home perfecting his craft. Like, I
Right.
don't think Jay-Z does that. I don't think Nas does that. I don't think anybody does that. Drake ain't sitting at home just rapping. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Like, no, M spends 12 hours a day rapping like other niggas spend 12 hours in the gym to get abs.
Yeah.
Like,
Right. Yeah. And that's why he never out of shape, and it shows. So my thing, like, because you already know, like, I've never been the biggest fan of the music, right? But I've
right.
always been a fan of lyricism and just capability in hip hop. And I like when I listen to songs, I don't even most of the time I don't even pay attention to the beat off the rip. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like I'm all about the content. What did this dude just say? You know what I'm saying? So then
Yep.
after like you get to it's all about what was said, right? Then it's the wordplay. Then it's the actual delivery, like the voice, the tone, the cadence. And then it comes down to like the flow itself. Like how was he
Right.
writing the beat? You know what I'm saying? And
Yep.
that's why so a rapper like Blueface, I can't get with. You're not on beat, fam. I don't do you my ears are discouraged right now. I can't listen to this. You know what I'm saying? So with
Facts.
if I go through the technicality of hip hop, which I judge harshly because one, I used to rap. Two, that's what I like to hear. Like I don't the singing stuff is cool when you're in a mood, when you in the club and all of that. But my favorite music, if you go through my playlist on Spotify and stuff, is going to be straight. I got a playlist called Straight Bars. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm on. Slaughterhouse, Joe Budden, Lupe Fiasco, like bars. Like I don't want to hear no foo-foo shit. And I
Right.
could put Eminem in that category all day, every day. And that's what I fuck with about him. Like I can't say I relate to none of his music. I never wanted to kill my mom. There were some aspects of his shit that I did relate to, but to me, it was just coming from like, it was like white boy rage. And I was like, well, I can't identify with that, but I do love the bars. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then the white boy rage calmed down. And that's when I started coming around more like, all right, this nigga talking about something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know, it's one of those things where like 7 out of 10 songs that I listen to on Eminem albums, I can tell he's having fun. Like it's
Yeah,
one of those
facts.
things. Like he's having fun with these songs. Like he'll have 2 or 3 songs on an album. He ain't even saying shit, but
Mm.
his flow is so dope on it. Like his bars, his metaphors, like his wordplay, everything is so immaculate. Like you can't hate on it. This nigga ain't say shit the whole song, but
Mm.
everything it I don't know, it makes my head hurt sometimes. Like, damn, how are you this nice? So I mean, I don't believe everybody should have to like him. I don't think that. I think that everyone needs to respect his talent.
Yeah, big
Like
facts.
that's it.
Big facts.
That's it. Like you don't have to be an Eminem fan, but
Yeah.
you're not going to say this nigga Gucci Mane is better than Eminem. Like that's stupid. Shut up.
Yeah.
Like he don't even think that. Like
Right. Right. And yeah, that's a fact. And that's what I just say. It's going to come down to skill and technicality. Gucci Mane is not going to be like, yo, I'm better than him. You know what I'm saying? Now, he might say, I make better music than him, or I make music that relates to my people better than him. And he might get those titles, but nah, I don't believe there's no rapper alive that's going to say, I rap better than him. Then now, this like the dope shit about him is that there's like 4 or 5 rappers he puts in high esteem above him. Like cats I never even heard of. I had to look them up when he said their names. I was like, who the fuck is this dude? You know what I'm saying? And I was like, all right, look at him, man.
Yeah.
And that's so like, even though he's like rap god status, he's super humble to me. Like in all his interviews and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, no, he's super humble. He's always given the legends that he looked up to like shout outs. Like he is a humble dude, man. Like, and I don't understand. That's what I think aggravates me the most. Like, you ever see a kid, like, you remember when you was in high school?
Yeah.
And you had that friend that was super cool, real nice, but like niggas would just pick on him. Yeah. Like random dude, like he would just get bullied.
For no reason.
You're like, like, yo, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand. Like you got people like Benzino and them bringing up the song he made about the black women and things of that nature, which is definitely in poor taste, not excusable at all.
But he was a child.
He was a child and he had his heart broken. So he felt some type of way and he made a mistake. That's what it is. But everything from that point on has been pro-black, like everything.
Yeah.
Yes. People like to compare him to Post Malone, even Machine Gun Kelly and all of these other guys. But guess what they did? They used hip hop until they got to a certain level and then moved genres like, yo, I'm getting out of there now. I'm going to go and do some other stuff that I really wanted to do now that I have a fan base. Like he's been here 25 years, dog. Like
doing the same thing that he did since day one. And the wild joint is like, so let's address like Lord Jamar. Lord Jamar is always on Vlad TV and he be going in on Eminem. And I'll be like, I'm sitting there, I'll be listening to him. And real talk, I lost a lot of respect for Lord Jamar off of his Eminem takes. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, as a former rapper himself, he should just appreciate the music. And all he's focusing on is the skin color. So I'm like, so what's the difference? You know what I'm saying? Like, as black people, you know, we've been discriminated on every level for everything. So I get sometimes when they be like, the hip hop is our thing that we made from the mud, like it's homegrown and we shouldn't welcome nobody in. But that's never even been our mentality. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop is just the voice of the people, period. And if this little white boy from Detroit had something to say and he's spitting, he get to say it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't his fault that he ended up saying it better than all the other cats that was out. You know what I mean? So I think those assessments of him are really unfair. Like, and the fact that he understands that people treat him like the great white hope. You know what I'm saying? He knows it. He said it multiple times. I wouldn't even be here where I am in this status if I wasn't white. But he don't even, to me, he don't even like flex his privilege.
Nah.
You know what I mean? And like the way they talk about him, you would think he was some old Zach Morris white dude from the valley named Chad that fucking drives his dad's Jaguar and He's not even like that. This dude was from Detroit, bro. Like, there's no nice places out there. Shit is the bottom. The whole shit is the bottom. You know what I mean? So I don't get it, man. Like, leave him alone. Let the dude rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, and respect his skill. That's all I want for him, for real talk.
Yeah, I just, you know what I'm worried about? I'm worried about his legacy. Like, because I feel like everyone has a breaking point. Like, one day, the pressure's just gonna get to him. I feel like, and he's gonna do some out of character shit that's gonna fuck his legacy up. You know what I'm saying? Whether it is like a diss track to the whole rap industry, like, yo, this nigga just fuck rap, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. I just think that let this dude make good music, man. Like, it's cool. Like, people, once he stops selling, he'll stop making music.
Right.
Or he won't. Or he won't. Like, it's cool. Like, because at this point, it's not even about the money. Like, he's doing it because he loves to rap.
He really, and that's what it shows to me too. Like, this dude just love what he do, and then he reaches back when people that he respects come through. Like him working with Jordan Lucas, I thought that was fire because, you know, of course, when Jordan came out, that was the first person I compared him to. I'm like, damn, Jordan is more of a storyteller and more a visualizer. But I'm like, but that flow, come on, be like, every huge legend has spawns. You know what I mean? And Jordan Lucas is definitely a spawn of M, you know?
No, hell yeah. You can see the influence. You know, Jordan Lucas, he reminds me of Eminem when he did Stan, but like full time.
Right.
Like, just telling that's
like, what
that's
I do all the time. I get deep and I tell stories from different perspectives.
Yep. And like, that's dope. Like, he got his own, he's got his own movement. So like, that's real cool. And everybody seems to love him. Like, he got Will Smith in music videos, you know what I'm saying? He had beef with Logic. He got Logic, and him and Logic got together.
Yeah,
they squashed
that. Yeah, they squashed that. That was dope. And I want him to diss Charlemagne, even though he went back to the Breakfast Club and the interview went a lot better. But the first time he was up there, I was excited to see him because I had just discovered him and I heard him do that freestyle where he was rapping backwards. And then there was the same words forwards and backwards. And I was like, oh, that's disgusting. I said, oh, that's disgusting. I was excited about the dude, right? And then he had that song with the kid or whatever. And then he goes on the Breakfast Club and Charlemagne was shitting on him for the 45 minutes he was up there. And I'm like, yo, why is he acting like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a whole new artist. He literally sat down and was like, oh my God, I'm so excited. I always wanted to be here all my life. And Charlemagne was like, yeah, who knows if he's supposed to be here or not, though? I don't know you. You know, I don't know your music. And I'm like, look at this disrespectful ass nigga. So now, of course, when he makes it, Charlemagne is like, oh yeah, Jordan Lucas is back. And that. I'm like, you whack as fuck, bro. Like, get out of here. And that's why M don't do
what was that?
I said, that's why M don't do media. I don't think he could be that fake with people like that. Like, has he ever done the Breakfast Club?
Not that I know of. If he ever did it had to be back in like the 90s,
like
before
they wasn't even out back then. So now I don't think he's ever been on the Breakfast Club. And when he sits down and does interviews, he opens.
It's always with someone, but it's with people he trusts.
Yeah, facts. Like, that's what I'm about to say. Like, he don't fuck with just anybody. You know what I'm saying? I would love for him to go to let's say like the Joe Budden podcast or something, place like that. But I know he's not gonna go anywhere where they talk shit before.
I would love to see him go to the Joe Budden podcast because I feel like a lot of the animosity that I feel coming from that show is because Joe and Em are on at odds. Like, I think if they whatever caused Joe to want to leave Slaughterhouse.
Yeah, it's just business dealings, according to Joe. It didn't have nothing to do with M as a person. He don't even believe it's M. He believes it's the people around him doing the business. What's his name? Paul?
Right.
Paul something?
Yeah, Paul Rosenberg.
Yeah, he thinks it's him and some other people, but he feel like M is. But the one thing I will say, every time Joe critiques M or says something about him, he don't say shit about the lyrics or the bars. He respects that as a rapper. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he don't bring up his him being white neither. So I mess with
Yeah.
that too.
Nah, that's real. Like